Yo, this just in. Elon Musk just turned on Trump. From ride or die to political rival. The richest man alive just launched his own party. And it's already shaking up the system. This is a genius power move or a billionaire meltdown. Let's check this out. What's up, y'all? Welcome back to What's the Word, where we call out the power plays behind the headlines. And today's story is straight up tech versus Trump, the battle for America's future. Not too long ago, Elon Musk was all in with Trump, sliding hundreds of millions into the GOP machine, running the so-called Department of Government Efficiency, trying to make the government leaner with AI. Trump joked about putting Musk in his cabinet. It was bros before Biden, bro. But let's be real. The bromance had an expiration date because one thing about Elon, he doesn't play second fiddle to anybody, not even Trump. But let's fast forward to today. Trump drops $3 trillion spending tax cut bill, trying to lock MAGA voters with freebies and factory funds. Elon, he loses it, goes public, calls it physically insane, a betrayal of real conservatives, and says Trump sold out to the lobbyists. And boom, the fallout begins. Trump claps back on Truth Social, calls Elon ungrateful and a wannabe politician. Tesla stock drops 14%, and Elon fires back on X, hinting at Epstein conspiracies and impeachment talk. It turned into an all-out pissing match. Then the bombshell on July 5th. Elon Musk forms the America Party. He says it's for true patriots who are tired of being the two-party scam. His words, not mine. No presidential run yet though, but he's gunning for the congressional seats. Wants to shake up legislation, block Biden and Trump from doing whatever the hell they want, and bring back financial sanity. Basically, he's building his own empire again. I don't think this is just about politics. It's about power. Musk must have thought that he could pull Trump's strings. Trump thought he had Musk in his pocket. Now they both want to be the king of the same hill. And there ain't enough room for these two egos, not these big ones. The America Party, I think it's a joke. Realistically, Elon did it to ruffle up some feathers on Trump's side. The America Party might be Elon's biggest flex yet, or it might crash and burn just like X stock every time he tweets something stupid. So what do you think? Is Elon Musk saving America, or is he just throwing billionaire tantrums? Is Trump losing his grip on his own party? And would you vote for the America Party? That's a lot of interesting questions. In my opinion, I think that they're both on the same team. Trump and Musk are working together to basically capture the widest audience you have ever seen in political history. Let me tell you why. Trump and Elon agreed on a number, and that number was $270 million around there, so that Elon would be Trump's right-hand man. There's no way Elon Musk is walking away from that money within 6 months. So that's one thing right there. The second is that, yeah, they might have had a falling out because Trump didn't follow through on some of the things he said. But we all know how businessmen are, especially men like Trump, who are always saying one thing, but because they have people to answer to, they end up saying or doing something else. And it's normal. In business, always see what is the story or the business plan. But when it comes to the soup, you have to mix it up a little bit because things change. Although Trump wanted to make EVs the number one go-to cars in America in the beginning, realistically, all his supporters who are in Trump's pockets are saying, hey, we need to bring back the oil digging. We need to bring back American industry, American cars, American factories. And a lot of that doesn't flow well with Elon. We know Elon is all about the Tesla cars, electricity, no fossil fuels. And we heard Trump from the beginning talking about we're going to open up all the oil rigs, or we're going to dig. We're going to get oil. We're going to make, we're going to bring factories over here. We're going to grow back this economy that used to be America from, the Detroit car manufacturing days where we had many factories making stuff here. That was his original plan, and Elon knew about it. So I don't know what changed or what Elon thought, but I realistically think that it was when Donald Trump said, hey, I'm going to pull that tax credit from the EVs, because I think that it should be an even playing field for all car manufacturers. And that was probably the only way that he was going to probably get some of these car manufacturers that are making cars in other countries to come back. Because they're probably saying, look, it's not fair. Elon is getting a tax credit, so the American people are always going to be incentivized to buy a Tesla car. They can get a tax credit. And then now, on top of all the tax credit you're going to give and all the money, all the $3 trillion that you're going to give back into different sectors, is just going to make it a lot easier for people to adapt to the electric cars. And also, Elon has got some government funding for Tesla and SpaceX, which, Trump threatened to pull on him if he continues to talk all this trash that he's talking. So I think that they're both in this together. Trump understands that Elon took a lot of wrath by signing on as, the Department of Government Efficiency. His cars got burned, his stock went down, he got hacked. So there was a lot of things that happened to Elon during this period of time. And I think that this is probably a way for Elon to bounce back from that. And Trump is going to allow him to do it. Trump is not going to, go against him. He's not going to shut him down. He's not going to try and get him deported. None of that. Because realistically, they're both on the same agenda, with the exception of maybe one or two things. And this is why Elon is going his way, and he's going to try and get those one or two things that he wants passed through this American party. But they both have the same ideologies. They both want the same things for America, and I don't think they're too far away from each other when it comes to that. We see it in, Democrats are now flowing over to his side. So don't you think Trump wanted that anyway? Trump wants to have Democrats in his pocket. And if he knows that, they see Elon's way and he has no problem with the things that Elon is doing or saying, Trump basically sees it as a win for him as well. So he did say to Elon, though, hey, you keep talking about the Epstein files, I'm going to have to pull some funding from you. So you got to be careful what you're going to say. But other than that, these two are still working together behind closed doors. They may not be best friends anymore, how they were in the beginning, but they're definitely working together to accomplish what they say is the new world order. And we are seeing it happen already. Trump has been able to pass this bill that is one of the biggest bills that the world has ever seen. And Elon didn't get a few things in that bill, but it's okay. He has the power now to bring his company back up. He lost 14% on his stock, on the valuation of his company. Everything's going down. Not because he was on Trump's side. I believe it was because of all the things that he was discovering and all the implementations that he put in place. And the fact that a lot of people understand that he's not a politician. So I think even Republicans were mad at the fact that Elon was doing political work. This has never been seen. So now that he's turned around and started his own political party, it's crazy because the other day he was saying that he wanted nothing to do with politics anymore. He was saying that if he was going to do politics, it was for an emergency. If he had to, he would step in and, donate or help out or support another president if he had to. He wanted to stick to growing his companies and recouping all the loss that he had. So I don't think Elon is being serious about this America party. I think he's just testing the waters. I think he just wanted to see what people would say and if he had a chance. But it's going to take way too much effort and work. And I don't think he's going to get the benefits back from any of it if he tries to go into politics full time. He's working on the Neuralink, which is the chip that you put in your brain, and he wants to control and push that technology forward. So if he's doing an American party, he's not going to at the same time trying to push his Neuralink agenda with his American party, because people are really going to see through that. So what's really going on here is that he's throwing up smoke and mirrors so that maybe someone else can step in and request more things from Donald Trump, like the Epstein files, or in the midterm elections, get them to vote on some things that might help Trump or might not help Trump. That's what we're looking at here. But I don't think that there's going to be anything coming out of this America party. Now, Trump's bill, that's signed, sealed, and delivered. And Elon knew about it all this time. So if he didn't agree with it, he should have definitely not played the game, not supported Trump, not give him $270 million. Now it's too late. One thing that you thought is like, don't trust the businessman, don't trust Trump. Everybody told him that, but now he's going to try and get something out of this, which I don't think is going to be anything. And I honestly still think he's working with Trump. He can't be seen with Trump because he gets too much backlash, because he's not a politician. He's a businessman trying to run a few companies, and it hurt his other companies. Remember, I'm sure that everybody who has major stock into Tesla is going crazy on Elon right now. They're like, listen, man, you got to stop this right away, or we're going to pull out of Tesla completely. And I think that's why we saw the 14% drop in Tesla, is because he's going up against Trump. And everybody knows Trump doesn't hesitate to pull any type of power that he's able to do. If it's within his reach and he has to discuss it with no one and you're in his way, Trump is going to do it. And I think a lot of people saw that. That's why his stock went down 14%. They were afraid that, Trump said it, I'll pull your government funding. They're like, whoa, wait a minute. If he pulls government funding, I'm going to lose all my stock. So let me take out my stock now while these two guys are arguing. So I think that this America Party announcement hurt him more than helped him. It didn't make his stock go up. It didn't make his popularity better. He got a few Democrats on his side, but I don't think that's what he wanted. And then him calling out Trump on the Epstein files and all that stuff, you could truly tell that these two guys are just upset at each other. There's not going to be no real feud between these two. They're just going to let things simmer off, and Trump is going to keep pushing his bill and his agenda, and Elon is going to go back to trying to grow his companies. He needs to release a new vehicle. He needs to release that Roadster to gain some traction back. His projects on SpaceX are not doing so well. So this guy's taking a lot of losses, and his reaction now in July 5th about this America party is not working out for him. I think he should lay low and offer value. Give Americans an incentive, kind of like what Trump is doing. He's giving people the tax cuts, no taxes on overtime, and all these taxes, all these cuts, $3 trillion in cuts. Elon has the capability to give people membership to his platform for free. He's able to bring down the prices on Tesla cars. I heard he also offers an insurance through Teslas. Those Tesla cars are super expensive on the insurance. The insurance, most of the time, if you're financing a Tesla, is the same price as the Tesla payment. So I think that those are the things that Elon should be working on to gain some traction back to his kingdom, because he's losing. He's lost ever since he decided to support Trump. And not because Trump is a bad person, not because Trump did anything wrong, none of that stuff. It's simply because he's not a politician. He's a businessman, and everybody loved him as a businessman, not as a politician. They've already accepted Trump as a politician, even though Trump is a businessman as well. But they've already accepted him because he was a president already. So it's okay for him to be about politics and business. But now Elon Musk tries to jump in and do politics and business as well. And it doesn't work out for him. I believe Elon Musk is too emotional. He should just definitely lay low, come out with some brand new cars, give people amazing deals on their cars, offer them amazing prices on his X platform, and when he rolls out those robots, They should be at a great price. He should have his own financing, all these things to continue being a businessman. Forget about politics, Elon Musk. This is not for you. Politics are not for everybody, and it's definitely not for Elon Musk. All right, guys. Well, I think that's said enough for today. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on your notifications. You're listening to What's the Word, where you get the unfiltered truth. We're going hard this time on everybody and everything. Stay tuned. Peace.